Good morning, kids. How is your Wednesday going? Today we're continuing looking at the events headed up to Jesus on the cross. And today's story actually takes place just right before Jesus comes into Jerusalem and everyone's singing Hosanna, which is what we call Palm Sunday. So we're going to go back just a little bit, but I think today's story is important. So we are in John 12. And it says, 6 days before Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, the home of Lazarus, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Lazarus and his sister hosted a dinner for him. Martha served, and Lazarus was among those joining him at the table. Then Mary took an extraordinary amount, almost 3/4 of a pound, of very expensive perfume, and made a pure nard. That's like a very special material kind of thing back in the day. Um, She anointed Jesus' feet with it and then wiped his feet dry with her hair. The house was filled with the aroma of the perfume. Judas Iscariot, one of his disciples, the one who would later betray him, complained, "This perfume was worth a year's wages," which is how much money that Mary would make in a year, or someone in general. So, think about that. How much money your mom or your dad would make going to their job every year. This perfume was worth that. So imagine owning something that cost your entire year's wages. Like today, that would be like the value of a car or a boat, something like that. Why wasn't it sold and the money given to the poor? He said this not because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. He carried the money bag and would take what was in it. Then Jesus said, "Leave her alone. This perfume was to be used in preparation for my burial, and this is how she used it. You will always have the poor among you, but you won't always have me." Many Jews learned that he was there. They came not only because of Jesus, but because to see Lazarus, whom he raised from the dead. The chief priests decided that they would kill Lazarus because of Lazarus, many of the Jews had deserted them and come to believe in Jesus. So what had happened here is Mary had this something that was very precious to her, very special to her, and she used it for Jesus. She was like, "I'm not going to just hold on to it. I'm going to give it to my Lord." And so she did a very special thing. So in that time, they walked everywhere, and so oftentimes their feet would be dirty, and when they would come into people's houses, they would wash their feet, like especially before like eating and such. And so Mary, knowing this custom, saw Jesus and his feet and began to wash them with her perfume, and then she dried his feet with her hair. I mean, just think about that. How much devotion and love that showed Jesus. And she sacrificed something very greatly for him. And she did it not knowing that Jesus was going to sacrifice his life for her. And we know that now. And so I think it's important that, whatever you have, we all have nice stuff. But it all belongs to God. It all belongs to Jesus. And there may be a time that you have to give that up for him. And Mary was willing and ready to do so. So think about that. Think about all your stuff, your favorite things. What are the things that you really like are special to you? And could you, if Jesus asked you to, give them up for him? All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Bye.